And to our top story, a suspect has been arrested in connection with two separate stabbings on the TTC that happened over the weekend. First, a TTC bus driver stabbed with a broken toothbrush. This happened on Islington near Dixon Road early Monday morning. The bus ended up crashing, the driver suffering minor injuries. The second incident happened about 12 hours earlier on Sunday. A 46-year-old man stabbed multiple times while walking through a pedestrian tunnel at the Spadina subway station. His injuries, serious but not life-threatening. 22-year-old Liam McCallum taken into custody late last night. Police are expected to release charges this morning. A female suspect still on the loose after fleeing from an SUV that caused a crash on a Gardner off-ramp. This two-vehicle collision happened just before 3 this morning on the Jameson off-ramp of the Gardner. A taxi was exiting the eastbound lanes when it was struck by an SUV that was going the wrong way. The female driver of that vehicle fled on foot and remains at large. Right now, no reports of any injuries. The NDP's Andrea Horwath on the defensive yesterday, admitting their party had a $1.4 billion costing error in their platform.
We've fixed the problem that was identified. And look, what I would have to say to whether it's the Liberals or the Conservatives, we are the only party that has a platform.
Andrea Horwath explained the error. She says their annual reserve fund had counted as revenue instead of an expense in her party's platform. Naturally, the opposition pounced on the error.
It's nearly $1.5 billion a year over the course of the plan. That changes everything about what the NDP plan says and what is possible.
They obviously can't do their math properly. And what's concerning, who's this affecting within their promises? What areas are they affecting?
Horwath, in admitting the mistake, says the error is just a fraction of the province's overall budget. As for where the leaders are today, Andrea Horwath with two stops in Toronto, including a roundtable meeting with youth this afternoon. Kathleen Wynne will stop at two events in Toronto. One of them will be a visit to Variety Village. And Doug Ford has planned stops in Toronto and a rally happening this afternoon in Pickering. Racist graffiti set to be removed this morning from a Muslim school in Scarborough. And that's where we find our Tammy Sutherland. This building is on Torrance Road near Eglinton and McCowan, and I can still see it behind you there, Tammy.
Yeah, that's right, Melanie. It's still scrawled across the brick wall here. The one thing is that we're not going to be showing it to you. We have pictures of it, but we don't want to show it to you here just because the very offensive anti-Muslim message is still there. And it's also up on the sign of the Wali Al-Asr Learning Institute here on Torrance Road. Now, it was Councillor Glenn de Bearmaker who brought this to the attention of 311. Now, the City of Toronto is expected to be out here this morning to power wash it away and get rid, of course, of this. De Bearmaker saying that he wanted this done urgently, especially because this morning is the return to school, and it's scrawled across the front entrance of the building. It's a school that is leased from the TDSB, and he wants it to be removed before any of the students and the parents, of course, return to school later this morning. So City of Toronto crew was here already. They're going to be returning to power wash it away. We have contacted police as well at 43 Division. They say that they are currently investigating, but right now they don't have any suspect descriptions or information, and they don't know whether or not there's any surveillance around here that would help them in catching a suspect. At this point, they're asking anyone who may have seen anything to give police a call. Mel, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Tammy, thank you so much for that update. We'll talk to you in just a bit. It is 7 minutes after 6. We're going downstairs to Devo and Winston.